Do you know who Chris Hughes has dated besides JoJo Siwa? The first is Olivia Atwood. In 2017, the two fell in love at first sight on Love Island and quickly became a hot couple. Although they still raised dogs and moved together after the show, they often quarrel, but soon ended up blaming each other. The second is Jazzy Nelson, a member of Little Mix. In 2019, the two began a high-profile relationship and often interacted on social media. Fans once thought he would propose, but the two broke up peacefully in 2020, and Chris said, "We are too different." The third is Annabelle Dimmick, a professional golfer. They made their relationship public in 2021, and the outside world paid little attention. Less than a year later, the two broke up secretly. The fourth is JoJo Siwa. The two met on Celebrity Big Brother in 2025. Chris frequently protected JoJo on the show, and their relationship quickly heated up. They made their relationship public a few months later. In July 2025,
something about poolside cuddles and forehead kisses has the internet buzzing today. JoJo Siwa just posted a steamy photo that's got fans losing their minds. And it's not just the pose. It's what she said about Chris Hughes that's really confirming what so many already suspected. After months of rumours, cryptic interviews and cuddled-up snaps, it looks like we finally have our answer. JoJo Siwa and Chris Hughes are officially in love. JoJo, 22, and Chris, 32, first met on Celebrity Big Brother back in April 2025. At the time, it seemed innocent enough, just two celebrities forming a quick friendship inside the house. But viewers saw something more. They noticed the late-night chats, the quiet laughs, and the constant support they gave each other. And when the show ended, that bond didn't disappear, it only grew stronger. Initially, both were cautious about defining what they had. In early interviews, they described their relationship as a platonic bond, and Chris even referred to it as a soulmate friendship. He was clear, this wasn't just a regular friendship, but he didn't call it romance either. Still, something about the way they looked at each other made fans believe there was more to the story. Then came August 5th. JoJo posted a sizzling photo of her and Chris floating together on a pool lilo. In the image, she's lying on top of him, the two completely relaxed and intertwined. Fans didn't even have to guess what was going on. JoJo spelled it out in her answer to a follower's question, "What's the best thing about dating Chris?" Her answer was honest, raw, emotional. She said, "No matter what I am feeling, he is always there to help me with that feeling. Either celebrate a high one or get through a low one." And it didn't stop there. JoJo added, "He is the most fun to be around, and he's not only good to me, but he's good to everybody. Genuinely, I think he's the nicest person I know." But it wasn't just about emotions. She also shared something a little more mystical. "Also, all of the universe signs are fun to spot out," she wrote. And then came the kicker. While she was typing out her answer, one of their songs started playing in the background where she was. That post, in itself, would have been enough to set the internet on fire, but the timing made it even more dramatic. Just days earlier, JoJo's ex, Kath Ebbs, had gone public with a brand new romance. Kath, who identifies as non-binary, shared intimate photo booth pictures kissing Australian footballer Tilly Lucas-Rodd. They captioned it, "The rumours are true. Yes, I still, stupidly, believe in love. Blast off." That made JoJo's post feel like even more of a declaration, more of a, "We're in love and we're not hiding it anymore." But this wasn't the first time fans had seen Chris and JoJo get physically close. Back on June 1st, Chris posted a dimly lit Snapchat selfie of the two of them lying in bed. JoJo rested her head and arm on his bare chest, and Chris kissed her forehead. His caption, "Sleep in beauty." It was quiet, simple, and deeply affectionate. And that same day, he was spending time with JoJo's parents. On Instagram stories, Chris posted clips hanging out with JoJo's dad, calling him "my boy" as they played video games. Then came a repost from JoJo's mum, Jesselyn, footage of JoJo grabbing Chris and planting a kiss on his head during family game night. These weren't paparazzi shots. These were the kind of moments people share when they're falling in love and want the world to see. But just a few weeks earlier, JoJo had been saying something different. In a May 26th interview on ITV's Lorraine, she was asked directly if Chris was her boyfriend. Her response? A nervous laugh and one word: no. Host Andy Peters tried to press further, asking if they'd had one of those "where's your head at" exclusivity conversations. JoJo didn't exactly deny it. "Christopher and I have had a lot of chats," she said, hinting that something was definitely going on, but that they hadn't made it official. When Peters joked that Chris was letting us down, JoJo defended him immediately. "Chris couldn't let me down even if he tried. He's the best man." It was that kind of back and forth that kept fans guessing. Are they? Aren't they? And if not, then what exactly is this? Even further back in April, during a joint interview on This Morning, both stars still insisted things were platonic. JoJo said, "He's a gorgeous boy. Look, he's a great guy. It is platonic. We have a lot of fun together." Chris echoed her sentiment, but added something interesting. He said their connection was a soulmate friendship and clarified it wasn't the standard kind of friendship you usually have with friends. Then came August 1st, National Girlfriend's Day. Chris posted a picture of the two of them in the kitchen. JoJo was leaning into his cheek while he wrapped an arm around her. And JoJo, she posted a snap of Chris asleep on her chest with a caption that basically answered every lingering question. "Happy National Girlfriend's Day to me. Lucky, lucky girl I am." There was no more ambiguity, but none of this came out of nowhere. Their bond really solidified inside the celebrity Big Brother house. They slept in the same bed regularly. Their friendship was physical. Touches, hugs, leaning on each other, it was all there. When the show ended, Chris flew back to see JoJo for the final. That reunion, however, wasn't all happy. Things got tense at the wrap party. Kath Ebbs, JoJo's partner at the time, confronted her about her closeness with Chris. It was awkward, messy, emotional. Shortly after that night, JoJo and Chris admitted to each other, and to the world, that their friendship had become something more. It wasn't just speculation anymore. Since then, they've been doing long distance, splitting their time between Los Angeles and Essex. They've prioritized seeing each other whenever they can. It hasn't been easy, but they're clearly committed. Still, not everyone is celebrating their love story. The internet has had plenty to say, especially about their 10-year age difference. JoJo is 22, Chris is 32, and people have called it creepy. Others have taken issue with JoJo's identity. She came out as gay 4 years ago, and some have questioned the validity of her current relationship because of that. The trolls have been vocal, but JoJo and Chris haven't let the criticism silence them. In an interview with The Sun, Chris opened up about how he feels about JoJo. He said, "Meeting Joelle gave me this magical feeling. She is the most precious person." He continued, "Life has an unexpected way of bringing two people together, and this feels like that. We were meant to cross paths." And the part that really hit home? Chris said, "We keep saying to each other it was serendipity. Life handed me a blessing in my lap." So, if you're keeping score, they met in April, call it platonic, shared cuddly photos in May, denied dating in June, dropped forehead kiss selfies, and met each other's families in early summer. Then, by July and August, they were posting full-blown Girlfriend Day tributes and answering fan questions about dating. Meanwhile, Kath has moved on, sharing romantic snaps with a new partner. And Chris and JoJo? They're facing criticism, navigating distance, and still choosing each other. Their story is layered. It's about two people who met on a reality show, built a foundation of trust, and slowly turned friendship into something deeper. It's about navigating love in the public eye. It's about facing double standards, especially when it comes to age gaps and LGBTQ+ identities. And it's about family, support, and showing up for one another. JoJo and Chris have made it clear they're not hiding anymore. Whether it's pool floats, sleepy selfies, or awkward interviews, their love story is unfolding one viral moment at a time. And today's viral photo, it confirmed everything.